Hello students, so we are going to discuss today how to find out the derivative of those functions which are composed with so many others, chain rule. So when we talk about the chain rules, so it is applicable to those functions which are composition of some functions, more than two or two functions. So for example, if any function of x is given to you, so you can easily find out the derivative of that. If function of x is, suppose that sine x is given to you. So if you have been looking for the derivative of this function, so we obtained sine x derivative as cos x, right? But when we have been given this kind of function, that sine 3x square plus 5, so here you can see that here the sine function is composed with the algebraic function, so we cannot find out the derivative without using the chain rule, because if we use the one single function derivative, so it is only going to differentiate either sine or algebraic function 3x square plus 5. So how to do this? So first, if we let it this function y is equal to this sine 3x square plus 5, and if you have to find out the derivative of that, so dy by dx, since here the function this sine, this whole thing you can assume, suppose that this whole thing which is inside the sine, this you can take as suppose that u. So we are ultimately differentiating sine u, so the derivative factor here, that with respect to u, you are going to differentiate this sine function, and since u is also going to be differentiated with respect to x, because the u is the function of x. Okay, so since this component derivative, already you know that sine function gives you the derivative cos x, so this sine u is going to give you the derivative as cos u, and the derivative of u with respect to x, here the u means your 3x square plus 5. So what will be the derivative of 3x square plus 5? So we can substitute the value of u here also. Cos u was your 3x square plus 5. So this derivative 3x square plus 5, when you distribute this, so it is going to give you 3 into 2. Okay, so by the previous example it has been clear that how the chain rule is going to be applied. So if any function y, which is the function of u, and u is a function of suppose v, and v is a function of w, and w is a function of x, so ultimately y is also the function of x through the composition. So when we have to find out the derivative of y with respect to x, so y derivative will be found with respect to u, and then derivative of u will be calculated with respect to v, derivative of v will be calculated with respect to w, and w is a function of x, so it will be a derivative of w will be with respect to x. So ultimately we have the derivative of y with respect to x. So for example, if I give one example here on the same chain rule, and it is not applicable to only these 4 or 5, it can be extended as much as you want, as much as compositions are given. Based on that, it can be split it as many parts as you can depending on the situation. Okay, so let's have one example. For example, if any function is given, suppose that e to the power 10 x square plus 3. So here you can see that there is a 3 function. One is exponential function, one is trigonometric function, and inside that trigonometric function there is algebraic function. So when we are going to differentiate it, so this function which is x square plus 3, this we can take as, suppose that it is your this whole function is, suppose that p, and this tan p with this whole thing we are going to assume as q. So ultimately we are getting the function y as y is equal to e to the power q, right? So we are going to differentiate y with respect to x. So for that purpose, here what we are going to have, first y will be differentiated with respect to q, because y is a function of q, and then q is going to be differentiated with respect to p, because q is a function of p, and then p, which is the function of x, that will be differentiated with respect to x. So finally, when you differentiate all these and substitute their values, so d by dq of y means your e to the power q, here d by dp and your q means your tan p, and d by dx of your p, which is x square plus 3. Okay, after that, when we differentiate all these three components and we multiply them together, so finally what we are getting, the result. So here the result which we obtain, that I am writing here upside. So e to power q will be giving only e to the power q, and tan p derivative will give us sec square p, and d by dx of x square plus 3 will give us 2x only. So ultimately, when we substitute the value of p and q here, so what the function as a result of derivative we are obtaining, here 2x will be written in the beginning, and then this e to the power q value was your tan p was your x square plus 3, and into sec square p, and sec square p means here x square plus 3. So after substituting all the values, we are getting this result as the derivative of given function y, which was e to the power tan x square plus 3. So this way you can solve so many questions which are composition of the functions, and you can find out their derivative with the help of chain rule. So let's have some quick homework for you, which you can easily solve with the help of chain rule. So I'm giving some question to solve with the help of chain rule. Suppose first question which I'm giving for you, sine 3 e power x, and second question is under root tan root x. Third question you have tan inverse under root x, and fourth question we have log to the power log here base e, and question is inside the log is root tan x. Okay, so these four questions you can try as a homework with the help of chain rule. I hope you'll be able to get the answers suitable to their derivatives and helpful to understand the concept of derivative of such composition of the functions. So thank you all.